Bear with. Perfect. So, hello then, and welcome to another Who Are Concord Rangers episode. And for the second time, I'm joined by Tony Stokes, who, the first time we recorded, didn't we, Tony? The Zoom failed on us, basically. So, we're back again. How are we since the last time me and you caught up?
Same, mate, same.
We'll jump straight in then with the first question, and hopefully you can remember what you said when we chatted last week.
Yeah, I'll try.
What would you say kind of the most memorable games that you played in as a Concord Rangers player?
My most memorable game, I'd probably say, is the playoff semi-final against Wealdstone. We played there a few weeks before the playoff semi-final, and they scored in the last minute against us, and their fans run on the pitch and got in our players' faces, and the game finished nasty, really. So it just worked out that we were going back there in the semi-final of the playoff, and hopefully we could do a job. And then it started off bad for myself, really. All the way there on the coach, I was throwing up. I just didn't have no energy or anything like that. And so I spoke to Dan before the game, and I said, Dan, look, I just can't do it, basically. So he said, look, he went, I'll stick you on the bench anyway and see what happens. And we were losing 1-0, and the lads were doing really well to keep in it. And I think it was the last 10 minutes of the game, Dan just turned to me and went, look, Stokesy, just give it all you got, go out there. So I went out there and just stood up there, really. And I think it was Kingy got the header in the last 5 minutes of the game, which took us to extra time. And then it was just lucky enough that in extra time, I actually popped up with a winner to take us to the final, which was probably one of my best memories at Concord personally, and possibly in football too.
Did you feel as rough after that game against Wealdstone as you did on the way up there? That's the question.
No, to be honest with you, it was on a school night, so we had work the next day.
Perfect. Moving on then, and you've obviously mentioned Dan there, but who else would have been kind of the most influential people in your time at Concord Rangers?
Well, Easterford said the same person that I would say, and that's Nicky Cowley. Reason being, when I joined, he was our skipper, and he just led by example. Everyone who knows Nick knows he's not the best technical or anything like that, but the way he spoke on the pitch, the way he put his arm around you, he was just your typical leader. And I was fortunate enough to become the captain after him when he became coach. And literally, as I said, he just showed me the way, showed me what I needed to do. And he was great on the pitch, and he was great off it as well.
Were they quite big shoes to fill then after? Did you feel like you had a lot of pressure filling Nicky Cowley's shoes as captain?
Yeah, definitely. As I said, he's literally, when he was skipper, he won trophies, and basically that's what I wanted to do. I say it to everyone now. I think everyone's based on what you actually win at the end of the day. The amount of money that's getting thrown around non-league these days ain't nothing like it used to. But the way I look at it, it's all about what you win at the end of the day. And as I said, Nicky had won things, and when I become the captain, I was fortunate enough that we won 4 trophies. So it was nice.
Perfect. Moving on then, and obviously I know when we last got up, you gave quite a good answer to this one, is if you were going to give kind of a dictionary definition of Concord Rangers Football Club, what would it be and why?
It's a no-brainer for me. It would be family. As everyone who would know, when you come out the pro game, it's lonely. It's not nice. As you see, there's a lot of stuff going on about mental health now with people coming out of the football, and Concord took me in like anything. They were literally my family. I settled in straight away. the lads were brilliant with me. The coaching staff was brilliant with me, and the owner, Ant Smith. If it weren't for him, Concord probably still wouldn't be going today.
Obviously, I know Ant as well is your boss, so you have to be nice about him. But how important has he been to, do you think, the history of this football club?
Oh, massive. The only reason, like you said, he is my boss, so I have to be nice. But no, from a football side of things, because we always, as he would tell you, we always keep things separate. And football side of things, you see it on a day-to-day basis with other clubs getting in trouble financially and all that sort of stuff. And a little club like Concord, we're never in trouble because he does what he needs to do. He doesn't make us any bigger than he needs to be. And as I said to you previously, Concord's like his baby, and the way he treats Concord, that's the way that other chairmen and owners should look to run a club, because Concord's run perfectly in my eyes.
He's certainly taken quite good care of his baby, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Finally then, and obviously one of the words you've used, obviously family already, but if you were going to pick two other words to kind of sum up the Beach Boys and the football club, what would they be and why?
Well, I was been thinking about this, but I'd like to change it a little bit, and my three words would just be never give up. I think that's a good motto to go with the Concord of old and the Concord of new. The Concord of new is the first result I look at on a Saturday after my own game. And I've seen loads of times being 1-0 down, winning 2-1, or being 1-1, then winning 2-1 at the end. And it was the same with the old Concord boys as well. We never knew when we were beaten. And I think my very first season, I had Scopesy as my manager, joint manager, and now Scopesy's back there now. So I don't think it's a coincidence that never give up is still around the club.
And quickly then, actually, you've mentioned Scopesy there, and when a lot of people think of Concord, they think of the Scopesy, because he, I think, in my opinion, he epitomises everything the club stands for. How important is it for him, do you think, on a personal level, to take this club to Wembley, and kind of how big a part has he been in this football club's history?
Oh, massive. There's no way Danny Cowley would have done it on his own when I first joined. Scopesy was always there early, sorting stuff out. He's a massive part of Concord, and as I said, they wouldn't be where they were if it wasn't for him as well. And I spoke to him the other day, actually, and I said to him, everything that Concord has achieved over these 10 years and longer, Scopesy's just put the icing on the cake, I think, with Wembley. I think once, I made a little joke with him, I think once Wembley's all done, I think you just need to fold the club, really, and just walk off into the sunset.
Sounds like a plan. I'm not sure Ant will be very happy with that, though.
You might have to cut that bit out.
I'll try it. Perfect, Tony. That's all for me. I've run out of questions. So thanks
No worries, pal.
for dealing with technology with me again. Hopefully you won't have to record this for a third time, but thanks very much for catching up. And hopefully the next time you're at the Aspect in Thames Road, there'll be a nice FA trophy sat on the bar.
Lovely. Hope so too, mate.
Cheers.
Cheers, Kian.